position. Right, welcome back to the second part. This is our club captain, Shaun Pearson, and we'll start off with Ollie again.
Shaun, Wrexham v Newport, a bit of a Welsh derby. I guess it's one of those games that you really look forward to as a player.
Yeah, definitely. No, I think it's probably what's at stake, what makes it so exciting for everybody. Obviously, potentially getting a massive draw. Newport had that last year when they played Tottenham and they're playing at Wembley in a replay. So, that's what we all dream of. Obviously, getting one of the big boys in the third round. Obviously, first and foremost, got to try and beat Newport on Saturday.
Yeah, and I guess although there's a league difference, you guys will be going into that game. You know what the incentive is with a big clash for the winner, don't you?
Yeah, definitely. I think at this level, a lot of players sort of flip between the Conference League too. So we know there's hopefully there's not a massive gulf in quality on Saturday, but in general there isn't between the two leagues. So obviously they're up the top end of that. I know a couple of their lads, and they're obviously doing really well. So we'll just be trying to nullify their main threats, and hopefully we can cause a couple of problems ourselves and get a victory. There
is some history between these two sides. I guess this crop of players who weren't part of that now will be with the latest instalment. Yeah, definitely. Obviously I think everybody knows. Obviously the last time two clubs played, obviously it was the playoff final, and unfortunately Wrexham come out on the wrong side of that. That same year I was actually at Grimsby and we lost in the semi-final to Newport in the playoffs as well. So from a personal point of view, it'd be nice to get a victory over them for that as well.
I'm just going to ask. I mean, Wrexham for the nation is shorthand for FA Cup giant killers. Does that actually add a little layer of pressure to you all?
No, I wouldn't say there's no pressure. I think we go into a game as probably slight underdogs. I think it's fairly even, I imagine, with us being at home, but probably just slight underdogs. And obviously we'll be hoping to cause a bit of an upset. I think it's just excitement really in the air. We've had a couple of not terrible results in the league, but a couple of results which we wasn't hoping for, and it sort of gives us the freedom to go away from that and hopefully just play and, like I say, hopefully get the result we all want.
I mean, there's this huge irony. Here's this football team that plays its best football against the best sides in the league. You have tremendous crowds every week, and yet you're the ones in non-league and they're the ones in League Two.
Yeah, you don't get promotions for having the biggest amount of supporters, unfortunately, because obviously we'd be out of this league. But I think Newport have done well over recent years, as in terms of they're a club moving forwards. Obviously the manager's been there a little while now. How he managed to keep them up the other year, I'll never know. Obviously they were adrift, and then obviously last year they had the cup run and mid-table, and obviously this year they're at the top end, so they're a team on the up. And I like to think we're a team on a similar path as in terms of progression. Definitely in the year and a half that I've been here, we've sort of constantly progressed. Obviously this year at the top end again, so hopefully we can have that cup run that they had last year, and hopefully we can get the results Saturday.
With that in mind, Shaun, let's say on the upward trend, confidence in the camp that there can be an upset on Saturday?
Yeah, definitely. It's been frustrating the last couple of games because we feel like Maidstone away, we obviously drew 1-1. We thought we was up there with our better performances of the season. Leyton Orient home ended up losing 2-0, but we was really good in a game of two real top teams. The level we're at, and we're just unfortunate that at the end of the game that they managed to nick it. And then obviously Tuesday night maybe the performance level wasn't quite as good, but again we could have easily won the game, hit the post, had a couple of chances. So in general, confidence levels in terms of performance has been high. Just the last couple of results obviously haven't gone our way, and we'll be hoping the FA Cup can sort of maybe spark that, get that run going again and get winning again.
It may not rank up there with the Arsenals or West Ham and Middlesbrough we beat in the 1990s, but it will still be an upset due to the fact they're from a higher division, won't they?
Yeah, and they're top of that division higher as well. It's not as though they're a bottom team in the league above. They're one of the top sides, and they're doing really well. They've got some clear threats in the team, and like I say, hopefully we'll be able to nullify that, and hopefully if we can beat them, hopefully we can get one of the big boys in the third round, and then you never know.
As you said earlier, home advantage does sort of pull it a bit of a leveler as well, isn't it? And at home as well.
Yeah, definitely.
I know we lost our last league game, but it's arguably one of the best performances of the season as well.
Yeah, our home form's been very good. Our performance has been very good at home, and our form in general has been superb. So hopefully we can take advantage of that tomorrow night, and hopefully there'll be a big crowd in to make a good atmosphere, and hopefully the game we can enjoy playing in.
I'm sure you'd be well aware of Lincoln a few years ago had a great cup run, and also the catalyst for them to gain promotion as well. Is that something that inspires you?
Yeah, definitely. I think some people talk about it being a distraction from the league and stuff like that. I don't really buy into that. I think any competition you keep winning games, and hopefully that breeds confidence throughout the whole team. It's a good opportunity for us financially for the club. It'd be massive if we can get through. Potentially that could be the difference between maybe getting them one or two players that would make a difference in terms of then going on to try and challenge for the top spot. Lincoln did that without a doubt the year they went up. They went and spent some of that FA Cup money to help them benefit us in terms of them being able to sustain their promotion push, and it worked out well for them. So obviously we can hopefully take, I don't know, look to copy them in a sense, and hopefully we can have a similar outcome.
And not only in terms of finances as well, a cup run also raises the profile of the club on a national level.
Yeah, definitely, of course it does, and you know, it might be one or two fans that haven't been for a while, although we do get great support that come watch, and hopefully then if you do well, they come back more and more often. And obviously crowds, it just creates a buzz and it creates an excitement, and then you might get new fans, young kids that maybe support Liverpool, Everton, Man United, Man City, that nearby, they come watching the FA Cup and all of a sudden they get hooked on Wrexham, and that's what you hope to do when you're having a cup run.
You mentioned buzz there, and there certainly seems to be a renewed buzz around the club this season. What do you put that down to?
I think it was something that was in progress last year, definitely. I just think the new manager come in and he sort of made sure we got over last season very quickly. He sort of got it. He spoke about it quickly, and then it was sort of put to bed, and it's not forgotten about because we don't want to repeat the mistakes of last season. But at the same time, it's not really spoke about too often. So we've got a good group. Sort of the core of the group from last year carried on to this year. So then you're not having to create a new camaraderie in the dressing room. We already had part of that, and that we just built on that. And I think the fans have sort of bought into how we've played, which has always helped. And then it's just sort of started a bit of a snowball effect. And hopefully, if we can win Saturday, that can pick the momentum up of that, and then we can take that into what is going to be a massive 6 to 8 weeks for us with the amount of games we've got coming up, and especially against the top sides.
Any further questions? Are we done? Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Shaun.
Thank you.
For sure.
No problem.